Good morning, children. This lesson is of class 5 for the subject of General Science, chapter 8, Sound and Noise of your textbook New Trends in Science, Evergreen Publications. It is being submitted to you on 17th November 2020. Today we are going to discuss how is sound produced and the different types of sounds made by living and non-living things. In our daily life, we hear different kinds of sound like chirping of birds, ringing of bells, barking of dogs, honking of horns, crying of babies, busting of crackers, and musical sound of piano, guitar, and other instruments. So, children, sound is a form of energy that we hear with our ears. And how is sound produced? Sound is produced when an object vibrates. Now, where the sound comes from? We can hear sound when it enters our ears. So, children, when sound enters our ears, messages are sent to our brain. Then our brain help us to make sense of the sounds. There are different things around us that make sound. Objects that produce sound are called sources of sound, like beating of drum, opening and closing of doors, thundering, sound of vehicles, machines, television, talking, shouting, coughing, and sneezing by human beings. Now, let us understand it with the help of an activity. You can do it very easily at home. You need a pencil box, a rubber band, and two pencils. Stretch the rubber band across the pencil box and push two pencils below it. Now, pluck the rubber band with your fingers. You can hear a sound. So, we can say that Sound is produced due to vibration of objects. In our daily lives, we come across different types of sounds. Some are soft, some are loud, some are pleasant, and some are unpleasant. Some sounds are shrill and some are flat. Sounds are useful to us. You know how? We use sound to communicate with or to talk with our friends and relatives. Some sounds like music make you happy. Some sounds warn us of danger. Plants and animals produce wide range of sounds. Animals with lungs produce sound by blowing air to vocal cords. Frogs have air sacs under their throat. They fill it up with air and blow through vocal cords. As the vocal cord vibrates, sound is produced. The same way, children, the birds have a ring of cartilage in their windpipe called syrinx. Sound is produced when air passes through syrinx. Now, children, insects do not have lungs. They produce sound by vibration of their wings. What sound do they produce? Buzzing sound. Grasshoppers produce a creeping sound by rubbing the stiff hair on their legs. So, if you see a grasshopper now, like in your garden, you can have a check. Plants produce sound by rattling of their leaves when air blows. Number two, when birds and animals make their way through the leaves and branches. Number three, when twigs, branches, and fruits fall down. Now, children, our next topic is how do we speak? The organ which help the human to speak is called larynx or the voice box. The vibration in the voice box produces sound. There are two vocal cords which are stretched in such a way that it leaves a small slit for the passage of air. So, when the lungs force air through the small slit, it vibrates the vocal cords, producing sound. Muscles which are attached to the vocal cords make the vocal cords tight or thin. When the cords are tight or thin, the type of quality of voice is different. The vocal cord of men is 20 millimeter and in women it is 15 millimeter, and in case of kids it is very small. This is the reason we can identify the voice of men, women, and children. Children, just place your hand on your throat and speak something. Then you will experience a vibration in your vocal cord. While if you do not speak anything, then there is no vibration in your vocal cord. So, it can be concluded that sound is a form of energy that produces the sensation of hearing in our ears and is produced when a body vibrates. Now, students, I am going to ask you few questions based on what you have learned today. Number one, sound is a form of dash. Number two, sound is produced when an object dash. Number three, dash produces sensation of hearing. Number four, human beings produce sound when dash vibrate on blowing air through them by lungs. Number five, sound producing organ in birds is dash. The answers to the above questions are number one, energy, number two, vibrates, number three, sound, number four, vocal cords, number five, pharynx. With this, I am ending today's lesson. You must go through the same topic from your textbook from page number 103 to 105. Also, do worksheet 1 as your home assignment. Thank you, children.